There you go, sir. Girls are criminals, Alfred. Always have been. Nothing's changed. Look at it. Alfred, if there's even a 1% chance that he is our enemy, we have to take that as the absolute certainty. Yeah, Alfred. Well, hello. Today we're going to be reviewing slash talking about Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, directed by Zack Snyder. This is my continuation. I just did a review for Man of Steel, and now it's time to do one for Batman v Superman, which eventually will end up with Zack Snyder's Justice League, which there will be a video for very soon. But anyway, this will be a spoiler-filled review, but without further ado, shall we begin? I'm Batman. Hello, like I said, today we shall be talking about Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition. We're going to be talking about slash reviewing the Ultimate Edition. We won't be talking about the theatrical cut because I feel like the Ultimate Edition just ties this movie so much better in a bow. But anyway, there will be spoilers in this, so I will give you a couple seconds before the spoilers begin, so... Alright, let's get into it. This is, I'm not gonna hide anything here. This is absolutely one of my absolute favorite DC movies. It's probably right behind The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight's still my favorite, but I absolutely love this film along with Man of Steel. I really enjoyed what Zack was trying to do with his own, cinematic universe within, he was planning, Man of Steel, BVS, 3-part of Justice League, and then a couple Wonder Woman movies, and you'd see a spoiler alert for the Snyder Cut, which I will be doing a review for, but I'm just adding a little thing in. At the end of the Snyder Cut, you can see that he was setting up everybody's own solo movies to go off in their own little directions. But anyway, let's actually talk about Batman vs. Superman. It opens up with the death of the Waynes, which I gotta say, Junkie XL and Hans Zimmer's score in this is phenomenal. Absolutely love the music. You feel everything about it, especially the scene where Martha and Thomas Wayne are getting gunned down, and the music do 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 do. It's just great, and the way that it flashes back and forth to Bruce as a kid going to the funeral, panicking, running, and then falling into the cave that later on becomes the Bat Cave, and then Jeremy Irons is Alfred Pennyworth in this, and I gotta say, Jeremy Irons is probably my second favorite Alfred, right behind Sean, I can't think of his full name, but anyway, Sean Pertwee from Gotham. He's my favorite one, but I truly believe that this version of Alfred is most definitely, ex-Special Forces. I do get that vibe from him in it, which I really did enjoy. But anyway, Wonder Woman is on the cover, but she's actually not really featured in the movie until the final act, which was a surprise, but it didn't really bother me. I'll go through my biggest gripe with this film first. The biggest gripe with it is Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Now, I do think Jesse Eisenberg is a good actor, but a good Lex Luthor? He seemed like he was playing more Riddler, which I heard he actually thought he was auditioning for Riddler, but he ended up playing Lex Luthor. And I heard rumors that Bryan Cranston was originally going to play Lex Luthor, and that would have been phenomenal, especially for this movie. Now, I don't hate the portrayal because I did catch on that it was supposed to be a Lex Luthor Jr., even though he didn't play Lex, because in one part he even says, "Yep, that's Dad. He was Lex in front of the corp." But the way I look at this version of Lex Luthor is that he's just a guy with daddy issues, and that's pretty much the best way to look at it, because if you look at it, he's not a great Lex Luthor. I don't hate him as Lex Luthor, but he's not the best Lex Luthor. So that was my biggest gripe of the movie. Now it's out of the way, which he does have a lot to do with the plot, but I don't think he ruins the movie whatsoever. It's just he's a little bit over the top. He's "Ooh, mother, every boy's special woman is his mother." It's just it's a little over the top, but it's still fun, as it goes anyway, but it is what it is. But pretty much the plot of this is Lex pretty much wants to get Batman and Superman to fight, and Batman doesn't trust him because at the end of Man of Steel, he had the big fight with General Zod, and the way that they edit this part from Man of Steel, it is just great, because whoever did it, hats off to them, because they really made it exactly the same, and the way that Bruce is just driving through Metropolis with pretty much the whole city crashing down, and Like, it was just great. And that does play into the entire plot of the movie, too, which is like, should we need a Superman? Do we trust Superman? Because he's an alien. What happens if he just decides one day, like, he doesn't enjoy the human race anymore? As, like, even Lex said, he's like, so therefore, madame, you don't have to worry that one day that you will be waving daisies at a tyrant and you will have to depend on the kindness of monsters. Like, that's the way that, like, he does the lines, which I don't hate, but, like, it's not just, he doesn't strike me as Lex Luthor. Bryan Cranston would have made an amazing Lex Luthor. But anyway, the plot is, like, you really have to pay attention to the plot because it is, like, somewhat hard to follow, which was the biggest gripe with the theatrical version, because the theatrical version had to cut things out and all that. But this is somewhat also of a setup movie, too, because we get little videos of Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Flash, Aquaman, which is setting up Justice League, which we do later get. And, it's very, like, it's well done how they do it, like, because they were only given a little bit of time, and they did their best, and I did really enjoy how they did it. But anyway, Lex has that all because he wants to bring back General Zod's body to be Doomsday after Batman fails to kill Superman because he absolutely hates Superman, which is the same for every Superman mythos. But I gotta say, Ben Affleck actually is my favorite Batman. I absolutely love his portrayal of just a dark and brooding Batman, a Batman that's had enough of the world's shit, and he's done. He is moving on. Like, he is branding people, deciding, like, oh, yep, you're gonna die in prison. Yep. Like, he is playing judge, jury, and executioner, and that has Clark from the Daily Planet move over to the other side and, like, start interviewing everybody, because what it is pretty much like Gotham and Metropolis are sister cities in this. So, like, Batman's on one side, Superman's on the other. And I do like the scene where they're at the public library that Lex is making a speech and all that. I think it was actually inside Lex's house, but I'm not 100% sure about that. And then, like, Bruce is hijacking everything and all that, and then they meet, and then Bruce is like, well, saying that is hypocritical, considering every single time that your boy in blue saves a cat out of a tree, I'll write a puff piece editorial. Which, like, I just love the way that Ben Affleck delivers lines in this as Bruce Wayne. Like, he truly strikes me as Bruce Wayne. He is my absolute, like, favorite Bruce Wayne / Batman, and I was very happy to see him again in the Snyder cut of Batman, his true version of Batman, not what we got from Joss Whedon, which I will be doing review videos for both Joss and Zach's one, and then I'll probably be doing a comparison video as well, so look out for those. I'll be doing, like, these will probably be, like, throughout the week, because I want to do all of them. I'll probably end up doing the entire DCU, at least his movies. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Like, Lex has his whole plan, and then the guy that got crippled in the attack in Metropolis and all that, and then Lex gets to him, and then he ends up having a bomb in his chair, and then it goes off, and then it looks like Superman was just, like, he didn't care that the bomb was there, and then it was a full-on story, and it was very, very, very well done. I really, really enjoyed it, because it really does, like, the way that the movie pitches it to you, it's very well done, thinking, like, okay, do we actually need a Superman, or is he doing more harm or good in this specific version? But then we find out later that Lex has kidnapped Martha, and he's like, oh, no. He's like, Lois, yes, she's fine on the ground after I just threw her off, but every boy's special woman is his mother. And then that's when he was like, I have Martha, and you're gonna go over there. You're gonna fight the Bat of Gotham, the last son of Krypton versus the Bat of Gotham, night versus day. You're gonna do it. Then they go over there. The fight is pretty badass. It's very, very well done. And that's where Zack Snyder just shines in his visuals and his, just his fight scenes. His fight scenes are always phenomenal to watch. So they have their big, fight, and then Bruce brings in the kryptonite, and he's like, you're not brave. Men are brave. And then he, punches him, and then, he literally hits him over the head with the kitchen sink and all that, and It's very well done. There's a little Easter egg. I believe it's in Latin or French, but it pretty much translates to who watches the Watchmen and all that. Cyborg also has one of the... Can't believe I forgot about it when I was talking. Cyborg also has a scene, like, in the video files and all that, too. And then Bruce discovers that Diana Prince was actually Wonder Woman, because he knows that they're probably going to need her for the final battle. But pretty much, the final battle hasn't happened yet. Pretty much, they have their fight scene, and then he goes like this, and then, here's the infamous Martha scene. Now, in my personal opinion, I completely understand what he was trying to pull off with the Martha scene, because Bruce, like, his last vision of his dad was when he died, and he was like, Martha. And then he died, and that's still his last vision. And, like, Martha died, and it's still in his head, and then Superman is like, you're letting him kill Martha. And that caught him off guard, because he is still doing this all for his parents, because he has tremendous PTSD. And then he was like, you're letting him kill Martha, save Martha. And he's like, wait, why did you say that name? He's like, what, is this a trick or something? What is this? And then Lois comes over. That's not that. It's his mother's name. And then he was like, how could someone, an alien like you, have a mother? Then it makes him think. He has to contemplate everything that he thought about him. So in my personal opinion, I do understand the Martha scene. I know there's a lot of memes of all that, a lot of controversy around it, but I do personally really, really understand the Martha scene, and I don't mind it whatsoever. But anyway, after that, we get a very, very badass fight scene with Batman when he's absolutely just taking everybody out at the warehouse. My absolute favorite part, my favorite Batman fight scene was definitely the warehouse. It is just phenomenal. I absolutely love it. Especially the Ultimate Edition, which is the one that we're talking about. That is just amazing. So after that, like, he saves Martha and all that after Anatoly, which was also an Arrow, too. He's like, I'll do it. Believe me, I'll do it. And then he's like, I believe you. And then he, like, takes him out, which is just... absolutely love this movie. And then they take him out, and then Lex end up building Doomsday, and then from General Zod's body. And excellent attention to detail. If you remember, he had a scar going down the side of his neck, General Zod face, and Doomsday still has that. So that is just phenomenal attention to detail. And then Lex is like, well, if man won't kill the god, the devil will do it. And then he's like, you're Doomsday. And then still, the first thing Doomsday does when he comes to life, tries to kill Lex, and Superman saves him anyway, just showing, like, his compassion as a character. And then we have this big action spectacle, which is great, which is Wonder Woman and Batman and Superman versus Doomsday, which, like, Wonder Woman is doing, like, just complete badass scenes, like, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, and then Superman is over there punching the thing, bringing it out to space, and then he's getting recharged by the sun, coming back down, beating the absolute shit out of it. General Swanswick is in this as well. He was also in Man of Steel, and he is in Justice League, but I won't talk about that until we actually get to the review about that movie. But anyway, the big battle happens, and then everybody knows that Superman he gets the kryptonite missile, or the kryptonite spear, and then he shoves it into Doomsday, but also killing himself, which, spoiler for another movie, this is also echoing the same thing that happened in Excalibur, where he was impaled on it, but he still pushed himself forward to get it. So that was the still absolute same, because Zack even said he was inspired by Excalibur for a couple of these scenes. And then Superman dies with, like, excellent music, like Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL, geniuses on this movie, and it was like, da-da-da, 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 dun. And then he dies, and the funeral scene, well, it's very echoing, because he does a lot of Jesus imagery in it, and it very much echoes, like, when Jesus was taken off the cross and he was wrapped in the blanket after he died. It very much echoes that scene, that painting from the Christian mythology and all that, too. But, like, it was very well done. It does actually bring a tear to your eye once you get to the funeral scene, and then they play on the bagpipes. I believe it's Near My God to Thee, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but it's very well done. And there's two versions of the funeral. There's one for Clark Kent, because they said he died in the the fight. He was a casualty. And then there's one for Superman, because Wonder Woman was like, they don't know how to honor him besides as a soldier. So, you get aspects of both of them, but Clark is actually buried in Smallville with his father, and it's very, very well done, and then Bruce is like, there's an attack coming on buildings, so he's like, men are still good. We fall, we betray each other, but we're still good. And then that scene ends, we have the funeral scene, and then we switch over to Metropolis, where Lex is in prison, and he got his head shaved, so he's a bit more like Lex Luthor now. And then Batman has his thing, and he's like, I'm bringing you to Arkham for the mentally ill. We're going to treat you very well there. And then he goes like that, but he's not branding people anymore. So that means he is slowly giving up his old ways, that he's having hope, a little bit of hope again. Superman showed him that hope, which is like just very good character development for Ben Affleck's Batman. So then the very, very last scene is Lois with the dirt, and then she drops it on the coffin, and then it slowly starts to raise from the coffin. And then the movie is over. So I know that this is a very, like, controversial movie. Like, not everybody likes it. It's pretty much split down the middle. I didn't even really touch upon the nightmare sequence, which is very, very, very well done, too. And it does feed into the Zack Snyder's Justice League as well, because Nightmare Batman's always cracking necks and all that. But, like, it's a very, very well done movie, in my personal opinion. I really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy what Zack is trying to do with the DC characters and all that. I enjoy the grittier, the darker take. I think that's where DC really shines, is when they do grittier and darker stuff. But I definitely give Batman v Superman a 9 out of 10. It's one of my absolute favorite DC movies. It's right after The Dark Knight, but Justice League is really up there now too. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a subscribe so I know to keep making more of these. If you have any video requests, please put them down in the comments below. I will do my best to reply. Let me know what you think of Batman v Superman down in the comments below. Do you really enjoy it? Do you think it's just okay? Is it meh? Or is it just you don't like it whatsoever? But anyway, thanks for watching as always, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye!